Gordon here. When I recently ran for city council, something that I did for fun was I interviewed myself using different characters, and I did a mock show called Good Morning Rancho. But it made me think that something like this might actually be interesting at a bigger level. So I've been talking to some folks and I've figured out a format. This is just kind of a little introduction. I'm going to have a co-host. We're going to do interviews with people in town. They have, ideas on their mind or things that they'd like to see addressed. I also want to focus on businesses here in town, small businesses. We're going to be trying to do an interview with one with every episode. There will be one on this. We're going to talk to Jesse Murphy, and I'm going to probably put this out day before Christmas. Just test the waters a little bit, see what people think. One of the things I also want to do is look at what's happening with City Council, what's on the agenda, to get it out there. Not very many people show up, not many people have questions, so I want to try to get it out before the council meeting. Now, there was an agenda item last month at the meeting, and it kind of flew under the radar. I saw it, and on the surface it doesn't seem like a big deal, but I want to read it to you to give you a sense of it. So, the purpose is to amend a section of the city code to include language expressly providing that unauthorized discharges of stormwater, including runoff from irrigation activities, to the stormwater drainage system is prohibited. Now, this is the language that they're adding right here. Discharge stormwater, including but not limited to runoff from irrigation activities, to the stormwater drainage system, except in compliance with this chapter. The problem is this is really vague. So, what is excessive runoff? What does it constitute? And what is the violation? Is it a ticket? What is it exactly? And I don't like things that are vague like this because they can be used to go after people. Because it is very vague. And if you got a ticket for this, you would probably be able to get it thrown out because there's no specificity as to what constitutes too much. This is just an example of the kind of thing I'd just like to bring to the attention. Maybe it matters, maybe it doesn't, but I don't like things that are vague like this because it leaves them open to abuse. Somebody can call on you. We've all met, people who take retaliatory action against neighbors for one reason or another. Also, jumping ahead a little bit, I'm trying to decide what I want to do exactly for a studio for this program. And I love Rancho. I love hiking around here. Anybody that follows me, I pick these cactus pears and I juice them. And I make all sorts of interesting things: sorbet, crumbles, syrup, barbecue sauce. And they're just there. They fall on the ground. So I love the town, so I might just move around outside as much as I can, which means you'll get things like the siren we had in the background periodically. So I hope you stick with our program, and please contact us if you want to be on the program, and if you have some ideas for the program. In conjunction with this, I'm working on a website business directory, because there's around 1,100 businesses in town, so all sorts of small businesses. The Chamber of Commerce only has like 5 to 10% of them on their list. The city has a short list. You're not required to register, so they don't proactively track it. So what I'd like to do is get all of that onto a web page and just make it searchable and put it in categories. So when you have things like the Small Business Saturday that American Express was promoting recently, that you're able to go, okay, these are the small businesses in town. You may not know they exist. You may not know about the vacuum repair place, or who knows? We've got some big businesses in town here too. I met one the other day. They make SSD drives. They do like $300 million a year. They're right over there by South County Bank, or whatever the name of it is now. I've been here 20 years. I didn't know that they were there. Interesting company. Applied Medical, obviously huge. So a lot of interesting places that we could talk to. So stick with us, if you would. Like the page. I'm going to have this on YouTube. I'm going to have it on Facebook page. I'm going to share it. And hopefully you'll be supportive. And we can make this something useful, for the community. All right. Thank you. All right. Well, now it's more Good Evening Rancho. And through the magic of editing, I got Jesse Murphy here. Jesse, thank you for coming.
All right. How you doing?
Good. Thank you, buddy. And so we're getting into evenings, so the lighting's a little bit weird. But Jesse, we've known each other for a little bit.
That working thing gets in the way.
I know, working is just like, it's such a pain in the butt. So what we want to do is find out a little bit about what you do here in Rancho. I know you lived here for like a really long time.
Yeah.
Like, what, since 1912?
Well, somewhere not that far back, but almost. I feel like it's been that far back. Anyway, yes, off and on since the late 80s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, and then your company is Done Rite, which will put some information here so people can get a hold of you. But tell us about like when you started, what you're doing, and that kind of thing.
Well, I started initially as an installer when I was younger, and then moved into some restoration, and then I've owned this company for about almost 20 years. Next year will be 20 years I've been in the cleaning industry.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you know your stuff.
I hope so by now. That's the...
So like types of flooring, you deal like with any crazy thing? Or are you restricted on types of stuff that you work with?
I do pretty much all flooring except for wood floors. I don't clean any wood floors. I do granite countertops, carpet cleaning, tile and grout cleaning, stone cleaning and restoration, showers, things of that nature. Yeah.
What about like the artificial wood stuff, like the pergo? Do you deal with that?
No, I don't.
So
do
anything that like looks like
any
wood.
I'm considering getting into that, but.
Okay.
People are now going over to wood floors again from years back, so
yeah.
It is something that I've contemplated. I stay so busy that I don't know if I'd even have the time to add that to the repertoire there.
Okay. Well, speaking of busy, like, how far out would somebody need to arrange with you under normal circumstances?
Well, typically,
imagine there's some seasonality.
Typically, most people don't plan that far ahead. Not too many people do in this industry. So. A 5 to 7 day window, I can fit somebody in a 2 or 3 day window, but and I fit them in as I move things around and fit people in as soon as that day or the next day, or if I can, if I can get them in there.
Now, like we're into the winter now, and I know a couple of years ago we had the really heavy rain. And I ended up with a leak. Do you deal with anything like leak oriented?
I do. I don't advertise for water damage. However, I did it for quite a few years. So if somebody has a need, that is definitely something that I can handle.
Awesome. So chemicals, what do you use to clean with?
I use all non-toxic and safe products. My pre-spray is a non-toxic alkaline cleaner in a reasonably low pH at about a 10 pH, and then I use a cleaning rinse, which is
magic alive.
Right? Business. Anyway, a cleaning rinse that has no soaps, no detergents. It's odorless, colorless, safe for children, pets. Doesn't leave any residue behind. So, yeah.
Oh, fabulous. So, let's see. So you're active here in the community. I met you because you're on Facebook and you interact with people like a real human being. You're not out there just trying to sell yourself. I was actually surprised when I found out that you did. I think I met you originally because you played guitar. Right?
No, I don't.
Wasn't that you? That
no.
was maybe somebody else. Okay.
I wish I was a rock star, then I wouldn't be doing that.
I was a rock star, and I'm not doing it. There's no money in it.
All right.
But, I mean, when you got looks like we do, it's a natural place to go.
Oh,
right?
sure.
On stage, where people can see you.
Yeah, second nature.
So, I mean, that's what's cool. I like the fact that you're not just sort of self-promoting all the time, which is why I asked you to kind of be part of this, and hopefully we can get a lot of, folks like you, because it turns out there's like a lot of people like you in town.
Yeah.
Right?
A lot of small businesses, I like to support small businesses if I can in the area, whether it be a restaurant or, whatnot, cleaning people or, plumber or whatnot. If we can find local people, that's really what the community is all about.
Yeah, and it's nice to see people like recommending, they ask for recommendations and they usually get a lot of good ones. And I've found a lot of great people myself that way. I mean, it's been fabulous.
I know people in just about every industry. I've been doing this so long.
Oh, yeah?
I'm older than the hills these days, so I know quite a few people that do various services.
I might have to.
That must be the wife there. She.
Well, I think we're probably getting to the end of it anyway. Was there anything that you wanted to add before we wrap up?
I service all of Southern Orange County area.
Okay.
I've been in business for almost 20 years with this company. 19 years. Next September will be 20 years.
Wow.
And South Orange County, everywhere from just about Irvine to San Clemente. I do a little out-of-county work, for regular clients and things of that nature. But gratefully, I've been able to get work locally, and I stay pretty busy. I mean, 80%, 85% of my work's right here within 5 miles of my
fabulous.
home. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. I love working from home. So.
Yeah.
Working close is great.
We know. You definitely do a lot of work from home.
Yeah, I'm always saying something, aren't I?
Yeah.
Well, Jesse, it was fabulous. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
it.
All right.
All right, and we'll get all your information
and,
up there?
Yeah, and you can find me at adonrite.com, ADONERITE.com.
Which it's over there. You can't see it.
Can't see it. It's over here.
I got all this staff, and they can't move a camera around. It's like...
I'm telling you, you got to get some better help there.
I know. If I paid them.
All right.
All right?
All right.
All right.
Okay,
All
thanks
right.
again.
All right,
Appreciate
take
it.
care, buddy.